I need to end this now, Tommy.
Okay, I guess we're not negotiating.
So do me a favor, man. When you see your father in hell, you tell him Dante said good looking out.
All right, so we gotta talk about that power, son. Yo, that shit was fucking. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. That shit was pretty good. Because we got, Dante, Mecca, and the Tariq interaction with each other. Now, this kind of kills that whole idea of Mecca actually being Ghost's brother and stuff, because after what we saw where Mecca was like, yo, I know Ghost, I know Tommy, and then Tariq was like, oh, so you was an informant, you was a global snitch, the GOAT of global snitching. So it was like, yeah, and it's crazy that because, okay, we knew there was going to be, like, a connection where somebody was going to know Tariq doing something, right? Like, we know there was going to be, like, some sort of form of connection, but kind of glad it was Mecca, because there were some things that was left undone, I would say, in the Power universe. There was, like, quite a few things, but now it's great to see that Mecca was like, yeah, I know who Ghost was, and I knew what you did to him. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold up. That shit was freaking wild. But for the season finale, shit, man. I don't want him to die. It could happen, because when we see in the trailer where I guess Kane is talking to Tariq, and I guess Tariq's probably telling him, like, listen, I don't think you should really kill your father, because take it from me, it sucks, and you're not going to like the outcome and the feeling of it. And, Mecca's not stupid, because he's been snitching on people for years.
Our neighborhood is an active informant.
You damn right, Mr. Policeman. I saw the whole thing.
So he's not stupid. So whatever Monet might be planning, it could backfire. And we don't know, because if he dies next week, then fuck. Damn, that shit gonna be wild. It's gonna be kind of, like, it's gonna be crazy, but I don't want it to happen. I kind of want him to last a little bit longer until, like, season 3, because there's quite some things I'm curious to know. Like, what else does he know? Because if he has, like, a whole thing, maybe he has something on the Tejadas. Maybe we don't know. Like, this man's been snitching for years, and he has a whole op. He has a team. So I'm like, damn, this is getting good. This shit getting crazy, But the Tariq, Effie, Lauren, and Diana, like, the whole, I go back to it, right? But before I get to the Diana's part, it's more like, Effie and Lauren, where I know Courtney Kip said she never would do, like, those types of stories where I guess, a woman or would be pregnant, or, like, she doesn't like those stories as much. But what about, like, a not psycho, but more like an obsessed woman, where you see Effie wants to be with Tariq, and Tariq is like, Lauren, she was being manipulated, so it wasn't really her fault that she did the things that she did. Yeah, he was still a little pissed because, she kind of kept it from him a little bit, but he didn't know, like, the details of what happened. So now Effie is like, well, we don't know what happened. Like, she could be dead, but we all know how sometimes these little shits play out, where the girl gets in bed with the guy after a sin that she committed and stuff, and then that ending, like, that soundtrack to the song that was playing, I'm like, this was perfect. This shit was perfect, because she's getting in bed with him, and we don't know if she's dead or alive until maybe the season finale, or maybe season 3. We won't know if she's dead or alive. I'm like, fuck. And then Brayden's fucking brother. You see that shit? You see when people understand the game, and it's like, you don't be going out here snitching, because you know what happens to people who snitch?
Okay. Hey, Bernard! You snitch ass motherfucker!
This fool comes out, yeah, I was there. Yeah, he held us hostage. Tariq, he was bragging about being a drug lord and a dealer. Yeah, man, Kane did that shit. I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, yo, who knows? Now, if I see, he could catch a bullet, though. He could catch, and I think it would be perfect because we see Brayden, he didn't want to kill Lauren. Like, he was just like, nah, I don't this doesn't sit right with him, because Kane, when Kane gave him the gun, he was like, you know, this is why I gave you a gun for, you know, to handle business. And he was like, listen, if you don't handle it, then me and you, we're gonna have to talk about these things, and you're not gonna like what I'm gonna do to you. So we can see Brayden is struggling with that side, and who knows, it could be his own brother. We don't know. It could be his own brother that he actually pulls the trigger on and be like, I can't, like, is breaking him down and stuff. So maybe in a sense, this could be like a slow build up for him to be maybe eventually becoming a Tommy, not like too over the top, like, you know, I gotta kill this and that by force. Maybe it's a slow build up towards him where eventually he might take a life. So as I said last week's on video, like maybe Zeke, it could be like an accidental death if he actually does cross over that line. But maybe for Brayden, it could be the same way. Maybe something can lead up to either his brother or someone that he's dealing with. It could be maybe an accidental death, or he might actually cross the line and it could be his brother, and he might actually kill his brother. But we don't know what can happen where Brayden could transition over to him actually becoming a murderer and a killer. It's gonna happen, but it's a really slow build. A really slow build on Brayden actually becoming a killer and stuff. Because, you know, next week, everybody's all out. Everybody's all out, you know, I guess even at a warehouse or whatever. So we don't know what's going on. Like, a bunch of crazy shit is gonna happen. And the whole part where, like, the shooters was coming after, like, Mecca, I personally feel that maybe Mecca set it up. Maybe, because you know, you can never really count this dude out. So I was thinking that maybe, you know, the guys that was shooting, maybe he paid them off to do that. You know, like to make it seem like, oh, he was like the good guy, like he's standing up for his family, to make it seem like, yeah, they protect. But I don't know. And then the part where Monet was telling Kane, like, yeah, we're gonna have to kill Lorenzo, and I'm like, see, like it's too soon for him to die. It's really like, if it happens next week, I don't know. It might not sit well with me, because I'm like, he just got out of jail, so it's too soon for him to die. He still has more in his character arc and stuff. And on top of that, you know, the snake Diana fake teared her way into Tariq's heart and robbed him of his drugs. And I'm like, this dude don't got no money now, because she pimped his shit. Well, as the kids say, finessed his shit. So I'm like, she still got something going on with her. But if it is true that Lauren is dead, then it's just gonna be Effie and Diana. But as Courtney Kip said, it's like Diana's too hot, I think. She said Lauren is too cold, and Effie is just like Tariq. But Tariq is like, he's like, nah, he doesn't want to kill unless he has to, right? And Lauren, he didn't want to do that, despite, you know, there was evidence on the recording. So we don't quite know what's gonna happen there. And then Brayden, you know, we see him like all dressed up, about to testify. I don't think he's gonna testify against Tariq. I don't think so. I don't see that happening. He could actually, it could be Kane, you know, because Kane did a lot of fuck shit. So maybe it could be Kane that goes down for this and stuff, because we do know that Kane is going to get what's coming towards him. He is going to get what's coming towards him and stuff, and his family sees him as a big fuck up. So it could actually be Kane, the one that may be having charges on him. We don't know. We don't know what could happen, but damn, that shit gonna be fucking crazy next week. But shit. But yo, post your comments down below. Like, I want to hear, like, what are your thoughts on if Ghost was still alive, right? Like, him and Mecca meeting. How the fuck? Like, picture, like, I need to know, because he told this nigga, he said, yo, when you go to hell, when you see your father, you know, tell him that Dante said good looking. for that bullet that he gave the Lobos. I said, yo, motherfucker, oh shit, nah, stop that shit, stop it, right? Fucking crazy. Second, do you honestly think Mecca's dying next week? I want to know that too. Do you think Mecca's dying next week? And third, lastly, do you believe that Tariq is gonna find out what Effie possibly did to Lauren, and what Brayden assisted along with that decision? Do you think that Tariq is gonna kill Effie? Do you think it's gonna be like something? There will be bad blood, but do you think he's actually gonna kill Effie? Be like, well, you killed her. She was innocent. She didn't really do anything wrong. And on top of that, he didn't want her a part of his double life. He didn't want her to be involved in that. He was just like, I don't want you near this. But then Effie made a good point where, you know, why are you trying to pretend you're someone that you're not around her? You know, you should always be your true self, not just some guy that she wants you to see. And I'm like, fair point. That's a fair point. But, you know, I'm curious. But I will catch you all. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.